Hello, my name is Kelli Bohannon, Member Engagement Director for IASA and Staff Liaison for IASA's Diversity and Inclusion Committee. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Rachel Hairston, VP of Finance for McLaren Health Plan, as the last interview in our Black History Month interview series, where we're highlighting African Americans in the insurance industry. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Kelli.
So to get started, we would love it if you could please share with us a little about your career journey and how you got to where you are today.
Absolutely. I began at an intermediate school district as an intern, and while working to complete my bachelor's degree, after earning it, I remained at the school district as an accountant one. Shortly after I obtained my bachelor's, I decided to further my education and go on to obtain a master's degree. After I received my master's degree, and while working full-time, I also became a part-time professor at a community college here in the area. In 2012, I joined McLaren Health Plan as an accountant one. My philosophy when I first joined the health plan was that I wanted to be the best accountant that I could be. I wanted to absorb as much as I could from everyone that I could and just learn and grow as much as I can in my role here. And so with that type of attitude, my boss did see some things in me, and I was later promoted to an accountant 3. Afterwards, other promotions came aboard, and so I became a supervisor, manager, director, and now the vice president of finance. I can say that I am where I am today because of, honestly, the grace of God, belief in myself, and then I had support from some amazing people, such as my husband, my children. I have a mentor that I speak with very often, Rhoda, and then, of course, my mom and my direct reports here at McLaren.
Wow, that is an amazing career trajectory, and definitely what you've highlighted about the importance of mentors and people who are there to kind of cheer you on and support you. I think that that's critically important to all of us. So thank you for sharing that. Are there any guiding principles that have contributed to your success?
Yes, I would say one of the guiding principles that has contributed to my success is belief in my purpose, and then trusting, the steps it takes to get to that particular purpose. And it doesn't matter what obstacles come in my way. I have a vision set on a particular goal, and that's the only thing that I can see as I'm taking the necessary steps to accomplish that goal.
Wonderful. What's the best career advice you've received from a mentor or a colleague?
Sure. I would say it's from one of my favorite mentors, Rhoda. One thing that she told me that sat well with me is, in everything that you do it with excellence. And she talked about that because it would bring pride to your work, not only for the end user, but then even for yourself, because you know that you've done the best that you could to produce this particular outcome.
That's excellent advice. Do you have any hobbies or special interests, just to shift gears a little?
Sure. My main hobby is spending time with my family. On my mother's side of the family, we have a very large family, so there are various events that we have, whether it's picnics or parties or whatever the case is. We have a huge family, so I like spending time with my family, and it's always a game night or something like that to, just to kind of cool down from day-to-day things.
Nice. What advice would you give to someone starting out in the insurance industry?
What advice would I give? I would, the advice that I would give to someone starting out would be find a mentor, find someone that you can sit under and that you actually trust to be able to pour into you and absorb as much as you can from that individual. That was so key for me to be able to sit up under someone that could just pour a lot of information into me, whether it was in the insurance industry or any other industry. But even, here at McLaren Health Plan, my boss, I sit and I listen to her. I learn from her. I am like an open book, and I allow myself to be taught by her.
It's amazing to have someone like that. Yeah. So do you have a favorite quote or a book that you would recommend?
For the book that I would recommend, one of my favorite books is The 360-Degree Leader by John Maxwell. It is a fabulous book, and it's also, they have a workbook to go along with it. So it's almost like you're doing some homework as well, but it's talking about how to lead at a 360 direction, whether you're leading up to your boss, your peers, or those that are on your team that you actually lead. So it talks about influence and impact, different things like that. So that's one of my favorite books. As far as a favorite quote, I would say from Robin Sharma, it says, "Leadership is not about a title or a designation. It's about impact, influence, and inspiration."
Excellent quote. Excellent quote.
Thank
Rachel,
you.
thank you so much for joining us today, for participating in our Black History Month series. It was wonderful talking to you and learning from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate this opportunity.